European stocks slipped as data painted the mixed picture of economic growth, while traders continue to track U.S. debt ceiling negotiations aimed at averting a catastrophic default. The stock 600 was down 0.3% at 1:22 p.m. in London. Luxury goods makers, including Hermes International and LVMH, slumped as Deutsche Bank analysts said they expect investors to become more selective going forward, as the sector is crowded and valuations are lofty. Real estate stocks, among the biggest decliners so far this year, outperformed. The Julius Baer Group Limited fell as much as 9%, the biggest intraday drop in a year, after reported assets under management below expectations, which, as EKB said, was disappointing. Economically sensitive, so-called cyclical sectors also underperformed, as figures showed Eurozone manufacturing activity shrank at the fastest pace since the pandemic shuttered factories 3 years ago, threatening to sap momentum from an economy driven by services. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy remain without a deal on the debt limit Monday night after another round of talks, though they called their discussions productive. A 10% year-to-date rally in European stocks has moderated this month, as worries about slowing economic growth and the lack of a resolution in the debt ceiling talks have kept investors from making big bets. While the benchmark stock 600 is hovering near its highest level since February 2022, the index has now failed to move 1% in either direction for over 2. The debt ceiling talks remain center to the market performance, and risk assets will likely move in line with any significant signs of a direction in the tops, said Fabiano Fedeli, Chief Investment Officer for Equities and Multi-Assets at M&G Plec. And meanwhile, data from Citigroup Incorporated shows positioning in Euro stocks 50 futures turned neutral last week after remaining that bearish since mid-March. The direction is mildly bullish, increasing optimism, but flows are mixed, so it could go either way from here, strategist Chris Montague wrote in a note Monday. And Societe Generale, bear miners at Lisburden talks us through the stocks to watch in Europe this morning. And CDT, Ash 11, H5I up Twitter time, Sox Ash through after it's a hard weapons and produced focus. Mining stocks with iron ore futures in Singapore extending their losing streak to a fourth day as China's sluggish economic recovery weighs on steel demand. Stocks that are sensitive to economic growth, such as miners, industrials, and energy, as preliminary figures show, mixed business activity in Germany and France for May. For more on equity markets, but then record profit expectations are unsustainable. Taking stock. M&A Watch Europe, BT, Ariel, Aponer, GAM, ProCybers, One, Sweden's IPO, market clamps, shut on dire performance, ECM Watch, U.S. stock futures unchanged, Tegna, Blueprint Medicines gain, Summer Sun beats Ryanair's higher prices, the London Rush,